everyone, thank you for tuning in to AGrader's Here's What to Expect. Today we have with us an experienced English curriculum writer, Ms. Sharon, who will share with us what the Secondary 3 student will be learning for English in September. So Sharon, what are they learning this month?
Okay, so this month I would like to recap Section B in Paper 2, where students have to respond to a variety of questions based on Text 2, which is a narrative or a recount. The questions are quite more literary in nature and require students to understand the use of language to achieve impact. So today I would like to look specifically at a question type, which is the use of irony, and to the point to talking about sarcasm. So we discussed the use of irony in January for the Sec 4 students, and sarcasm is actually a subset of irony. So some students have the misconception that if there is irony, it must be sarcasm. However, that is not true. When there is sarcasm, irony is involved, but this may sound confusing, but let's try to understand what irony is all about first.
Okay, so for irony to occur, do you have any features that students must look out for?
Okay, so for irony to occur, there must be contradiction, meaning that what you expect and what happens are actually opposites. So there are three types of irony which students should be aware of. They are situational irony, dramatic irony, and verbal irony. So situational irony occurs where what happens is the opposite of what one expects to happen. For example, a student who chooses the same subject combination as her best friends during the Sec 2 streaming so that they can continue to be in the same class faces the fate where she ends up being the only one whose results qualify for the subject combination, and worse still, the only person who is in the same class as her is her arch enemy from another rival class. So this makes it a situational irony. Then we have the next type of irony, which is dramatic irony, and this happens only in books or movies where the reader or audience is aware of what is going to happen to another character in the story, but the character himself or herself is unaware of that. And lastly, for verbal irony is to say what one does not mean, and this is exactly what sarcasm is about. So for example, if the author says something like this, "Oh, she is the most hardworking person I've ever met," but in actual fact, the author is describing a lazy girl. And so this shows us that it's trying to show us the author's attitude and emotions towards this particular person. So irony used here is to reflect the writer's feeling and is represented through speech, not what is happening.
Okay, so can you tell us how are irony questions asked in narrative comprehension?
Okay, so the three common ways of asking an irony question are this. The first one would be, what is the irony used? And the second one would be, how is irony used? For the what and how questions, they are the same. What students have to do is to identify the irony and then show the contradiction. As for the third question, why is irony used? It requires not just information, but telling us the emotion and intention of the narrator or character. So referring to the previous example just now, we can say something like, oh, the writer was sarcastic in trying to explain or to describe the girls being hardworking instead of lazy.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
To watch more of such videos and information to help your child improve and learn ahead of others in school,
visit our website www.agrader.sg, click on this button, fill in your email address, and receive all these useful videos straight in your inbox for free.
as well as the latest in promotions so that you don't lose out on great deals with AGrader Learning Center.